Hello everybody, Reaper X1 here again, back in the creative mode of TerraTech, and welcoming you, and hey, thanks for joining me. And also, let's see if we make a good one happen here. This has been kind of bothering me for a while. You know, you run up into a good mining opportunity, you gotta lay out like hundreds of conveyors just to cover everything. So I got me an idea. I think I was going to try and make an auto collector, I think I was going to call it. But first of all, I made this little dude. He was kind of neat. He got built up fairly easy. Just something to scoot around, work on bigger things, and, you know, maybe knock some stuff out of my way. And, well, I just couldn't help putting some guns on it. And it turns on a dime, so, you know, you can't really go too wrong with that, I don't think. Cute little fella, isn't he? But what I did want to do is this thing. Now, this is my first attempt. I think I got it kind of figured out. It works alright so far. It does have some bugs to it. As always, you know, you build something the first time, it's bound to have an issue or two. And as you can see, it's got quite the reach. I got the conveyors all down the middle. I got the... Ooh. Fiery. I got their receivers up there. I got drills and that, and saw blades to deal with any trees that may be in its way. Hopefully that works without knocking it around and breaking things. And yeah, I got lots of firepower on it. Got cruise missiles on top. Got some avalanche missiles scattered all down the front. We have some of the rapid cannons, top and bottom. Cover our bases 8. Got the mobile skew on back. We even got energy gauge on there, just so we know what's happening. Now what I really want to get to doing here, yeah. That's what I was wondering. So it's still an issue. If you're using explosive bolts, and one piece is bigger, well, for what my experience is, the upper pieces, if they're bigger than what's anchored, there's a good chance that's going to happen. It's going to fall apart. At least some of it will fall off. So it's like the fine line of how big can you make it before it breaks itself. So what I was going to do is just kind of fart around with it, see what I can do. Hopefully things will work, and we'll just see what happens. So now the whole idea behind this is to have it being able to swing its arm over all our auto miners. I know there's none here right now. Just hold on. Getting there. Getting there. And it'll pick up all the resources, bring them back to the base, the anchored part, drop them, allow it to pick them up, take it over to the other side where if I want, I can make treasure blocks out of them. See over there? Or I can have it kick over to this side and sell them. Now, I know it doesn't sound too difficult, but still, it's not the easiest thing out there to build either. We'll get that little bit of mess cleaned up. And the nice thing with this idea, what I'm hoping will be nice, is it's its own turret too. With the avalanche launchers, I think I got enough of them that'll be able to turn around and shoot behind it, that it'll at least somewhat defend itself from the rear. But this should at least eliminate the need for a lot of turrets. Yeah, that's better. I figured maybe one turret behind it at most. Hopefully that's enough. Get rid of that skew. We don't need it. Hopefully nothing falls apart again. Now this is on normal speed, so it's a little rough. It's not as smooth as I would like it, but it's kind of what we get. So now the weird thing I've been finding is when you're in a tech, I haven't been able to use the crafting. So I had to switch to the upper tech just so I could open that up so I could set it. Which is kind of weird. I don't know why that is. I don't really like it. It's never been like that before that I remember. But so far it's working alright. Get back into there. And as you can see, we got our dual filters to the crafting side, just in case we want to set them for refined or unrefined, so it'll grab twice as many. Or we can set it both to the same, depending what we're getting. I just like to have one of each, so I have an option to have refined too, because sometimes you drop them, sometimes you get refined stuff, and it just bungs things up if it's not set, or if it's not an option. And then the other filter brings everything over to here. So what I want to do is I'm going to get rid of that. And I get rid of this lower piece. I didn't really drive far enough away from what I originally set up, so I got to get rid of as much stuff as I can, just so it doesn't interfere. And, well, it's one less blue thing on my radar, so that's always a good thing too, I believe. As you can see, it's getting a little slow there, but we got our way back here. Now, this is what I was hoping to have. Like, as most, if you ever come across a minefield like this, like a good minefield, where you're actually making money, 2 of these would be able to clear them. Now, I know it'd be an expensive thing to throw down. You hope no one destroys it, but I think it'd be a really good way of dealing with this much resources. Like, I got a lot here. Now, the one thing I am worried about is with the resources hanging down like that, it might interfere with things. So we're just going to try it. We're going to see how it goes. Hopefully it all works out. So far it's working alright. But the downside is I can't speed up the lower part of this, or it's going to whip the arm around and probably blow itself apart. I kind of like how that looks. That's pretty neat, I think. Just whipping around there. Oh, no. See, it wasn't even going fast and it blew itself up. That's no good. Dang it. Dang it, I say. So another thing I've been noticing too is when I hit the X button and divide them, my conveyors are going stupid on me. Like that one's all turned around, it's trying to feed down back to the receiver, and yet that didn't work either. I was hoping it would have. So I guess we'll pull that off, and that off, switch that direction, and it looks like it's done it in a few places. I'm almost figuring that everywhere that I have a receiver with the angled conveyor, it's probably screwed up. And it does appear to be like that. So we'll do that. And yep, just put it right back to stupid. So we'll just go that. We'll have to put them back on afterwards. And yeah, there's another one. I just love when things go weird like that. Not really, I hate it. It really bothers me. I think that might be the last one here. Now that should get us going where we need to be. I do hope. Now this is a full arm, as long as I could make it. Now I couldn't do this, have it like this and hit X, like I said before, it'd just destroy itself. So I built that up after I separated them. As you can see, it works pretty good. But still, right there, see? There's a little bit of weirdness. Now I think what's going on is it's hitting that stack in the silo and it's messing it up. That's got to be it. I was really hoping it would be able to keep up fast enough, but I guess not. So what I decided to do is jump into the R of the D, and now what it is, it actually splits into 3 techs. So what I got going on is the conveyor section I just hit there, that's its own tech. So now I can change the top and bottom to the turbo, and that one's not affected. But this is happening. As you can see, all my conveyors are all going everywhere. They're not the way they should be. It should be like a nice U-shaped loop, kinda, so it can go back and forth continuously. But it seems that now I have to, every time, fix it. So it's not the greatest thing in the world, not at all. No. So I kind of found that taking the one the odd conveyor right out, and just getting a new one seems to work better than trying to take it out and put it back in. So we're just going to do that. And if you break it in the right spots too, it seems to work pretty good. But then it's still, it's a 50-50 thing really, I bet. It's just a matter of, what one do I want to try? I guess I'll go with this one, and maybe it'll work, or maybe it's just going to piss me off. I don't know. But then, yeah, they get reversed, and each little chunk of the thing gets all messed up. It's a headache, I tell you. So this is definitely something for later down the road when the game gets a little more bug-free. If that is anytime soon, I'm not sure. But the nice thing now is I can put this on slow motion. And I have these other parts on turbo. So they go really fast. Well, at least the resources will. And hopefully this won't beat itself apart. Now there's one other thing I'm kind of wondering if it's also my problem with the top piece being ejected. And that's the receiver I have in there. Like right there, you can see that back there, just peeking out. It's a little venture one. To catch the resource chunk for the main top part, to move it. Because it's just barely out of reach of the front receivers, like where the resources will drop. But if one gets in there, it gets pulled up to there, it's going to cause havoc. It's going to be, holy crap, it's going to suck. But I'm hoping that ain't the case. We're going to try things. I've been working on this for a little while. A lot of testing. Probably more testing than real building. Because it's been test this, takes this long, fix this, test again, fix that, test again. I'm feeling testy, if you know what I mean. I don't know. So far, I like the looks of it, though. That's why I think it'll work, and I'm going to be happy with it when it is done, if it does work. See, from what I've noticed testing, it should work. There's turbo. Wow, we're moving now. And, yep, threw itself apart. I knew that was going to happen, so it's all good. It's all good. I made sure I saved it first, right? Always take a snapshot or save right before you try something like this or anything that could just catastrophically fail on you and cost you a whole lot of work. I was kind of hoping it would kind of reattach itself, but no, I'm never that lucky. It just don't work like that for me. Which is alright, I guess. But we got her back to our other save in the creative there. We got her working nice. Now I wanted to see, since now I can have the top and bottom turbo in the middle slow motion, if they'd be able to keep up and keep those resources out of the way. But it ain't looking like it, eh? Not one bit. Nope, there they go. Yep, off we go. Ooh, throwing chunks everywhere. Man, I blew chunks like a pro. Went for miles. Miles. But we know the crafting works. We know the selling works. So that's kind of good. Not too horrible. So now we've done another little upgrade. We kicked the silos on their side, changed things around just a little bit so they'll still work. And yet, once again, we got to mess with this. Don't you just love it? I frickin' don't. Alright, and it always seems to be a little different. I haven't kind of like exactly taken notes on it, but they seem to just kind of, the odd one will turn just a little different than the other one, so it's not always the same pattern. You can just do done. Like that one's a little circled around. Take that right out. And another thing I'm thinking is maybe I won't have that receiver in this time. I'm not sure. I haven't quite completely decided yet. It'd probably be a good idea not to have it. So, because a real nice thing that if this would actually work, hit the X button and everything would work fine, is my cab wouldn't be falling off this bottom part of the conveyor loop every time. It really kind of, it's not ideal. Maybe like that. Nope. Not quite. Not even frickin' close, eh? Come on. Get over there. No. That one's stuck being ignorant. Take that one right out. Take that one out. Okay, we got that going right. Get this one going right. Come on. Now it's just that far corner over there. It's a little cattywampus. We'll see if we can get her figured though. Just gotta get this to move if it will for us. We'll go normal speed. If it blows itself up, well, we'll do something. Oh, what happened? A resource fall off or something? I'm not sure. It hasn't done that before. Oh, it did too. TerraTech bugger. Oh well, at least we got a little sunroof here. We can put her back on. Oh, that ain't very helpful. Doesn't really get us to where we need to be. So yeah, this thing has been fighting me pretty good. But this is one of the reasons I like this game, because you know, well, not that it screws up, but you know, the figuring stuff out. I'd rather not be figuring out how to work around bugs and fixing things that they've caused. But sometimes I guess that's just what you got to do. But now you can see that that silo isn't going to be interfering. We actually got 2 silos there, so they can kind of fill. Oh, can we hold 80 resources right there? Have it working away. Get this crafting. Hopefully it'll keep up. Yeah, we cleared out a little bit of the mountain that we had here. We took out the other resource field from behind. It was just too much. Couldn't handle it. Everything was getting laggy. It was just taking too long to test. So I'm thinking I might be able to put it back after I get this thing figured out and finalized. But I don't know if I'm really going to worry about it. If it works on one side, it'll work everywhere. Now the one thing else I've been noticing is the receivers. They have to be within a specific range of the ground. So as the hills go up and down, my receivers will need to go up and down. Now this will still save a lot of conveyors and a lot of messing around going up and down with the whole setup. And it's a lot cooler way to pick up your chunks, I think. But it's still, I was hoping they'd be like the skew. They have that circle on the ground. They could be up 64 blocks high and they'd be able to pick it up from the ground. But no, not the case. We almost need like another circle that goes around the other way, so you got like a ball around it. There's their area of effect. That'd be handy to know. Or just have them pick up from the ground all the way up to the limit. That'd be cool too. I'd be happy with that. As you can see now, I just I cheaped out on the end there a little bit. We got her working though. It's been going pretty reliably now for, well, at this point in this little clip that I had here, it's been about 20 minutes it's been running. It's been cleaning up things. It's actually starting to catch up, so that's pretty good that way. Now I do have an idea for another one like this, but it might go all the way around in a full circle. But I haven't decided on that one yet. If I think it's needed, I will, but this one I could see me using. A full circle one, I don't know, I usually don't get into situations like that. But as you can see, it has 3 come apart. Kind of got tricky with that back one there. Had it snuck in there. And that's what we get. And we got our field fairly cleaned up. Those my auto miners are working away. But as always, you know what to do. If you liked it, throw a like down there, some comments, share with the friends, let's make the good ones happen. But until then, next time, keep being that awesome, keep having those good ones. Bye.